Hello, welcome back to another video diary entry by Connor from Hickok. I am really excited for this one because I'm probably just gonna yap about Spice and Wolf the entire time. But before that, I want to get anything else that I want to talk about out of the way, and then the rest of this will just be me yapping about Spice and Wolf. I'm right next to the lamppost again. I'm not sitting under it because there's bugs over there again. So I'm just sitting a little bit away from it. I wish there was someone I could lean my phone against, but I mean, there's the slide right behind me. I guess I could do that. Hold on, let me see how that looks. Actually, does this look good? I mean, it's a little harder to see my face, but it works, I guess. So, yeah, we could do this. We'll try it out. We'll try it out, you know, because I'd rather have the phone away from me and like showing my whole figure, because I'm a very animated person. I like to talk like moving my hands and like my facial features around. So yeah, I just prefer that you guys are able to see all that. So yeah, let me just do another scan of this. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through everything that is not about Spice and Wolf, and then I'm gonna yap so much about this because it's the best story I've ever seen. 100%. It's my favorite story ever. Like, oh my gosh. Alright, so July 7th, which was last Monday. Oh. That's a giant ass spider. Oh my god. We're not dealing with that. Alright, let's go back over here then. Oh my god, that's a giant spider. Oh my god. Never mind. I'm good. Never mind, guys. Yeah, I have severe arachnophobia. So, yeah. Not fun. Not fun at all. Alright. Yeah, so July 7th. Oh, I wrote June here? God damn it. Dude, for some of these July dates, I wrote June. I'm gonna have to fix that. It's fine. Yeah, so July 7th, me and Eric, we're nearly done with the AP Pre-Calc work by then. I think we finished it the next day. Hold on. No, yeah, we did finish it the next day. I didn't write it here, but we did finish it the next day, I remember. Okay, yeah. So, let's see. Yeah, so July 8th. I played my piano on July 8th, and I continued my driver's ed. I'm actually nearly done with it. I only have a couple more sections. And then the second final test thing that it has in there. And then I'm done with it. And then I just have to drive for a set number of hours, which I'm not excited about. Well, I say that. I know it's necessary, but it's like I'm mostly afraid I'm going to damage my mom or dad's car, which obviously I don't want to do. So, yeah, where's that my lid? I don't know. Alright, so July 9th, hold on. July 9th, I also played my piano and did more driver's ed. And on July 9th, I was nearly done to Slay the Princess. I was super close to finishing it by that day. And in terms of video games, Slay the Princess is definitely my favorite video game of all time. Sure, I have more hours on other games like Omega Strikers and stuff, but Slay the Princess is such a good game to me. I just love the concept and the idea of it, and I've been there since the demo, so I'm really glad I discovered this game. Like it's life changing for sure. Like to me, it's life changing. And on July 9th, me and Eric also took like a 1-day break from doing summer work because you know, like we were doing the AP pre-calc work for 2 weeks. All right, July 10th. Oh, I forgot. Okay. So it was either July 9th or 8th where I forgot to write about this, but I decided to use Google Maps to see how to measure how long my walking route is and my morning run is. And there's a specific part of my, I'm not going to show pictures because that shows where I live, but so there's a specific portion of my morning, so like my whole morning run was apparently at 1.6 miles, but there's a specific portion of it that's a mile. So what I've decided to do is I decided to only run that portion so I could focus on getting a better mile time, which I think is fair. I think it's fair. And then I just walk the rest of the 0.6 miles. I think that's fair. And I think I've gotten it down to 7:40. I think that's my best time so far. Yeah, it was on July 11th. It was last... Is that Saturday? No. That was Friday. Alright. This is gonna be a long video, Daria. I'm just gonna say, this is gonna be a long one. This is gonna be super long. So, buckle up. Okay, July 10th. Yeah, so July 10th is when I started writing about my improving my mile times. I tuned it down to 7 minutes 50 seconds, which is crazy because the first mile I did was like 8 minutes. Because the first mile I actually tried to time was 8 minutes, which is insane. Because my best mile time in freshman year of high school, which is 2 years ago, well, 3 years ago at this point, because I'm starting senior year. 3 years ago, it was 10 minutes, 30 seconds. So I've improved my mile time by over 2 minutes, which is insane to me. And, okay, on July 10th, I also did the strands that day with no hints, which I was pretty happy about. And in Omega Strikers, I encountered someone who is actually willing to have me be a sub on their professional team, which is insane. I've always wanted to be a part of a team, and it's just like, wow. It was just a pure coincidence too, because what happened is I played 2 games like I usually do in a day, and then I decided, man, I'm having so much fun, I'm gonna do another one. And it was also like it was pretty early in terms of like when I wanted to start and end my play session. So I did one more game. And I just encountered this guy, and he happened to be in the VC with me. And around the end of the match, because we were winning really hard, so around the end of the match, he was like, "Yo, you seem like a really well." I forgot exactly what he said, but it was like, "Hey, you wanna like be on my team? You know, you could be a substitute on our team in OSAS, which is like the beginner level of Omega Strikers tournaments." And I'm like, sure. And then we add each other on Discord and we hop into VC. But apparently, because I've hit challenger rank before in the game, I have to wait until his team reaches ISIS, which is intermediate, which is like up to Omega. Once you get to Omega, then you can't do it anymore. So I have to wait until I get to ISIS. But I'll wait. I'll patiently wait. For sure. Now again, I'm not addicted to Omega Strikers. I prioritize a lot of things over Omega Strikers, but I'm still willing to try out professional play for sure. I write about Spice and Wolf so much in here. Oh my gosh. I write about it so much. Okay. Yeah, so July 10th is also when I finished Slay the Princess. It took 36 hours in total, and I'm really happy that I finished the game, because that was a big thing on my bucket list that I wanted to do during summer, and I'm really glad I finished it, you know. July 11th, I had to work again, and I got to talk with Timothy James again. And okay, this is the only thing that I'm including about Wolf and Spice before I get to the actual yap session. So we had another conversation, and I told him that I was obsessed with Spice and Wolf for the past like 2 weeks. Get out of here. Bro, this bug, bro. Get out of here, bro. I don't like bugs, bro. They just freak me out. That bug is still over there near the lamppost, huh? That sucks. So yeah, so I told him about Spice and Wolf, and we even discussed some video games, and I told him about Omega Strikers and Slay the Princess, which was really fun. And on July 11th, I also lowered my mile time to 7 minutes 40 seconds, which major W. I'm really happy about that. Hopefully I can improve it again tomorrow, because typically the days after when I work, cause I go to after work I go to sleep at around like 11 or 12. Get out of here, dude. My gosh. I don't want you to crawl on me, bro. It would feel creepy. But yeah, so yeah, when I go to sleep, if I wake up at 4 to go on a run, that's only like 4 hours of sleep, which I feel really crappy about if I only get that much sleep. Oh, yeah, moon looks real crappy on my phone camera, huh? Yeah. It typically does on cameras. Phone cameras, at least. Yeah. And I wrote about Marvel Snap here on July 11th. And I got this one card called Corvus Glaive, which is actually really good in my discard deck. I've been climbing decently fast within my discard deck. I'm in rank 80, and it hasn't even been a week since the season reset, and I got reset to like 73. But I dropped back to 70 in the first day of the season. So yeah, I've climbed 10 ranks with him in my discard deck so far, and I'm really happy about that. Discard is definitely my best deck right now. Alright, July 12th, work went well again on July 12th, and it also did on the day prior. And I wrote here that I was going to start the AP Psych work tomorrow, but yesterday I discovered that I can't access the AP Psych textbook right now unless I want to spend $63. I'm not doing that. But yeah, so that sucks. So I'm just gonna check my class link on my Chromebook each day until I have access to it. I'll probably email the teacher about it. I'll probably ask Eric for the teacher's email so I can email him asking when the textbook will be available to the students. All right, July 13th is mostly me. Well, half of it's me writing about Spice and Wolf, but the rest of it's good. So, I completely forgot to mention, my hard copy of Ogami Tsumiki no Kinichijou arrived, and I was really happy about it. I was really happy. I finally read it yesterday. I read the entirety of it yesterday, which I was super happy about. Still an awesome manga, and I actually plan on catching up on it. So what happened is I was reading it on manga decks, but for some reason the English translations got taken down, which I don't know why, and obviously they stopped too. But so I found this another website called Viz Manga, which they apparently you have to pay for premium to read so you can read up to the latest 3 chapters for free, and the first 3 chapters for free of manga. But you have to pay for premium for the other stuff, for the other chapters. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the free trial, and I'll just cancel it. I'll just use the free trial to read the other chapters. Ain't that big brain of me? Ain't that big brain? That's big brain. And the AP stat, me and Eric also started the AP stats work. Dude, there are definitely a few things I forgot to write in here this week. I've just been obsessed with talking about Spice and Wolf that I forgot to write about some things. And me and Cody started watching LTLVC Part 2 yesterday. Very funny, very hilarious. I'm definitely excited to watch an hour of that each day. Alright, let's go back to the beginning, which was 7th, because today's the 14th. Alright, so we're going to go through Spice and Wolf. So, yeah, I'm going to yap about this for like 10-15 minutes. Spice and Wolf, in my opinion, is for sure my favorite story of all time. And what's crazy is I just discovered it on a whim, because one day I saw one of those like videos about people like reviewing. It was like a specific YouTuber. I forgot the name, but he was doing a video like reviewing. He was doing a video reviewing anime of like a certain season. Dude, I think this was like a year ago or something. It was like the best anime of it was like fall, summer. I forgot the exact season, but it was like fall, summer, winter, blank. It was like blank 2024 or something. Or maybe it was 2025. Maybe it was really early 2025. I don't remember. And I was curious. I didn't want to mess up the algorithm. I didn't want to mess up me and my brother's algorithm on our shared Google account. But from our childhood, from when we were kids. But so I opened an incognito tab, so I wouldn't mess up our algorithm. And I didn't watch much of it, but I watched it, and he mentioned Spice and Wolf, and I'm like, at first I didn't care. I just wanted to hear the different animes that this guy listed, and in fact there was another one that sounded more interesting to me. But then, dude, it's crazy that I discovered that on a whim. And it just got set. I just got put in the back of my head for months and months and months. And 2 weeks ago, I finally decided to start watching it. Best decision ever. It's so good. And I'm gonna get to a crazy point here in a minute. So yeah, I've been watching it for 2 weeks now, and I did talk about this in my prior video diary entry too. And so I finished season 1 on July 7th, and I was planning on watching starting season 2 the next day on July 8th. And yeah, I started watching season 2 on July 8th. I was thinking, wow, this season's starting to look really good on that day. And then July 9th, I'm gonna say here word for word what I wrote. Okay, so I'm gonna gush a little about Spice and Wolf. This anime is genuinely the best show I've ever seen. It makes me feel things at such a strong level. I definitely want to try and get the manga. Now, again, like there's a very select few amount of animes who have made me feel like such genuine emotions just watching the show, but Spice and Wolf really has elevated that for me. Like the feelings I felt while watching this show was just like at an entirely another level. It's insane. And the manga, the manga is another thing I want to talk about in a little bit once I get there. Actually, I might not be gushing about this as much as I thought I would. Huh. Wow. I mean, that's fine. All right. July 10th. July 10th. Oh, July 10th. Me and Cody. Oh, I have to turn the page. Never mind. Okay, I was going backwards. My fault. Yeah, July 10th. I watched so I was watching 2 episodes of Spice and Wolf per day. But when I finished season 1, I watched 3 because season 1 13 episodes and season 2 is 12 episodes. Oh, dude. Okay, July 10th. So on July 9th, I'm not gonna spoil, but there was a crazy event that happened in the story that made me genuinely scared. I was scared about what was gonna happen, and I watched 2 episodes on July. I watched the next 2 episodes on July 10th. I was completely bamboozled. The twist in the story was insane. It's like the signs were literally given to you, but I was too worried. I was too focused on my emotions, and I was too worried, and I just didn't put things together. And it's like I was completely bamboozled. I was played like a fiddle. It's literally, like, some people will go, oh really, that's it? But then to me, it's like, oh my gosh, that's one of the craziest twists I've ever seen. Because the main character was doing the same thing I was doing. I was worrying too much. And I wasn't putting the pieces together. And it's like, oh my gosh. Literally absolute cinema. Okay, July 11th. I went to work again. And this is when I talked to Tim again. And obviously I told him about Spice and Wolf. I watched 2 more episodes of Spice and Wolf that day. Still my favorite show of all time, is what I wrote there. July 12th. I was nearly finished with Spice and Wolf by July 12th. I watched another 2 episodes. And again, I was scared for what was going to happen next, because there was another set of events in the story that made me worried about what was going to happen. And yesterday, hold on, my leg's asleep, so I'm just gonna stretch it out that way. Yeah. July 13th. I finished season 2 of Spice and Wolf yesterday. I genuinely thought I would cry about the ending, but I didn't. The ending was nothing. There was nothing I would expect, and I don't know. I was more distraught or shocked. I was more shocked about what happened, which is weird. I genuinely thought I would cry. I genuinely thought I would cry for the first time in like a decade. I genuinely thought I would, which is insane. Okay, my foot's feeling weird now. Awesome. Can't wait to walk back with that. But yeah, I was still sad for sure, but I was more shocked about the ending. And there were some like specials that came along with season 2 that I watched, and they were like 4 minutes. One of them was 2 minutes, one of them was 4 minutes. There were just little things to watch. My foot feels so weird. Dude, I hate it when my foot falls asleep, because then it feels so weird, and it's like it feels awful to move it. It feels so weird. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I actually did a bit of. Okay. Just give me a moment. Hold on. It feels so weird. I'm gonna have to move in my hand. Hold on. Okay. That was so much harder than it should have been. Alright. So, I actually did 30 minutes of digging on this, and I discovered that there's 2 variations of the written version of Spice and Wolf, the manga and the light novels. And apparently, the light novels and the manga actually have very considerable differences. Now, if I recall correctly, based on what I found, the light novels have a more thorough and have a more I think the light novels are the original source, and the manga it tells the same story, but it's in a different way. Like, the mangas tell the story in a more different way. But the light novels I heard the light novels from what I read and online. Excuse me. The light novels are a more thorough experience of the story, which I want. So I'm going to read the light novels first. I decided, instead of the manga that I decided days prior. And yeah, that's what. I guess I'm done yapping about Spice and Wolf. Best story I've ever read. And apparently, the story continues so much farther than the anime, which is crazy, because the story is so good. I wish the anime would have continued to be like, damn, bro. And the Spice and Wolf anime that was made in 2024, I'm pretty sure. Sorry, stuttering. I'm stuttering. I'm pretty sure it's just a retelling, or not a retelling, a remaster of the original anime, which is fine. You know, that's still good. I like that. And apparently there was a retelling of there was another light novel of Spice and Wolf that was made by the creator that is like the same type of story, but it's called Wolf and Parchment, which is, it's just kind of, the best word I can come up with is like for lack of a better term, it's a retelling of the story, I guess. I don't know, but that's what I'm assuming. But it's called Wolf and Parchment, which, you know, cool idea. But yeah, it's the best story I've ever seen. It's the best story I've ever read, and it's the best story I've ever had the pleasure of experiencing. I love Spice and Wolf. I feel like it's a story that it's definitely not for everybody, but if someone is into romance, 100%, 1000%, read that story. It's the best romance story I've ever read. It's so good. And even for people who aren't particularly into romance, like, give it a try. It's a really good. Oh, there's a roly-poly right in front of me. I'm not scared of roly-polies. Roly-polies are fine. What's I saying? Oh, yeah. Even if you're not into romance, like, Spice and Wolf still has a bunch of other ideas in it that are so good and I love. And it's so good. And I hope I can get Eric to watch it. I mean, I'm probably gonna send this. I'm probably gonna send this video to Eric when I finish uploading it, because I feel like he needs to watch this one for sure. Because I just yapped about Spice and Wolf for 10 minutes. Well, has it been 10 minutes? Yeah, I started talking about this at like 15 minutes in. What time is it? It's 5:36. I need to head back so I could do my driver's ed some more. I'll play some Marvel Snap. I'll play. Oh, one thing I'm trying to learn my piano right now. So obviously I'm trying to learn the next thing in the books that my piano teacher has made. Not the books, but the binders. I'm learning C major right now, I think. Yeah, it's very difficult, very hard. I'm getting the hang of it a little bit. But okay. In terms of actually learning piano, I'm learning C major. For fun, I'm trying to learn how to play Wind by I think the artist name was Paul Roggenbuck, I think. And I'm trying to learn a song by him called Wind, which sounds very beautiful, by the way. Totally try and look it up if you can. Very beautiful song. I love piano songs. They sound very nice and beautiful. And yeah, I'm trying to learn that for fun right now. It's hard. I'm gonna see if I could find videos of like people playing the song where you can see where their hands are going on the piano. Cause the way I'm trying to play right now kind of hurts my hand a little, which isn't good. Well, I say that, but it's mostly my pinky. Cause like I'm stretched. Cause like with most of the notes, it's like your thumb, and then either your middle or your ring finger. And then my pinky has to I have to stretch my pinky over to hit a key. And it's just like, obviously that's not great. But yeah, I'm done for now. I really enjoyed recording this one. This was a really fun video diary entry for me. I got to gush about Spice and Wolf for like 14 minutes. I'm gonna send this to Eric so he can listen to me yap. Shout out to my friend Eric. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. But yeah, that's all I got for today. I'm gonna head back, get on with my day. Hopefully I can finally play some Omega Strikers with that guy I was talking about. I can finally play Omega Strikers in non-solo queue, which is a major W because I finally have a friend to play it with. So yeah. He's also a streamer apparently, which is cool. And he's like 21 or something, based on what I see on his Discord profile. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, that's all I got for now. I will catch you all later.